During the Halloween season at the end of October each year, the United States National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, selects astronomical images, such as stars or nebulae, that resemble ghosts or spirits, to present to the public. This year, NASA's Juno mission captured an image of a ghostly face that appeared to be pouting as if about to cry, while the spacecraft was orbiting above the turbulent clouds of Jupiter. The image was taken on September 7th of this year during Juno's 54th close pass over the gas giant. The spacecraft uses gravity-assisted maneuvers to orbit and study Jupiter and some of its moons. The location where the cloud formations took the shape of a sad, ghostly face was near Jupiter's north pole, in a region that scientists refer to as Jet N7, precisely at the boundary between the planet's daytime and nighttime hemispheres. The sunlight striking the cloud formations at a low angle created a complex pattern, allowing the human mind to perceive familiar shapes, such as faces or ghostly figures. This psychological phenomenon, where people recognize faces in ambiguous shapes, is called pareidolia. The image was taken by JunoCam while the spacecraft was flying approximately 7,700 kilometers above Jupiter's clouds at a latitude of 69 degrees north. In 2018, the Juno mission discovered that the bands and patterns visible in Jupiter's atmosphere, giant swirling storms, are not just surface-level phenomena. Instead, they extend deep below the upper cloud layers, reaching depths of about 3,000 kilometers. The probe also found that Jupiter's North Pole is home to 8 cyclones surrounding a massive central storm, while the South Pole features a similar structure with 5 surrounding cyclones. Astronomers note that these storms have persisted for hundreds of years, with wind speeds reaching up to 350 kilometers per hour. Remarkably, the storms neither merge with each other nor allow neighboring storms to penetrate, unlike typical hurricanes on Earth. Recently, the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, released an incredibly sharp new image of Jupiter. The telescope captured this image using infrared wavelengths, revealing unprecedented details that will help astronomers gain a deeper understanding of the giant planet. The wide field view shows Jupiter floating in space, with glowing auroras at both poles and diffraction spikes from intense light scattering. Additionally, the image captures Jupiter's faint rings, which are usually difficult to detect as they are millions of times dimmer than the planet itself. To the left of the image, aligned with the rings, 2 small bright spots can be seen. These are Jupiter's moons, Amalthea and Adrastea. The diffuse white spots in the lower left corner of the image are faint galaxies in the distant background. The James Webb Telescope used its NIRCam instrument, a near-infrared camera, to capture these images. Since human eyes cannot perceive infrared light, the data was processed by assigning colors to different wavelengths. Longer wavelengths were mapped to red, while shorter wavelengths were assigned blue. As a result, Jupiter's auroras appear reddish, while other atmospheric features take on shades of blue and white. A high-resolution zoomed-in image of Jupiter, showing its swirling storms and cloud formations, was created by stacking thousands of individual images taken at different moments. This technique compensates for the planet's rapid rotation, producing an exceptionally detailed view. Notably, the famous Great Red Spot, a massive storm that is an iconic feature of Jupiter, appears white in the infrared image due to its high-altitude cloud tops, reflecting sunlight. Similarly, Jupiter's equatorial region appears bright in infrared, while areas with lower cloud coverage appear darker. Professor Thierry Fouché of the Paris Observatory, a scientist involved with the James Webb Telescope, remarked, "This single image encapsulates nearly all of our scientific knowledge about Jupiter, covering its atmospheric dynamics, chemical composition, rings, and moons." Despite the breathtaking beauty of these images, Jupiter remains a hostile and dangerous world. Data from NASA's Juno probe confirms that the enormous storms on Jupiter do not merely exist in the upper atmosphere, but extend thousands of kilometers deep. These findings were published in the journal Nature by Professor Tristan Guillot of the Côte d'Azur Observatory in France, a key researcher on the Juno mission. He explained that these discoveries provide new insights into Jupiter's internal structure and its complex gravitational field. The fact that Jupiter's storms extend thousands of kilometers below the surface is extraordinary. Considering that Jupiter has a diameter of 140,000 kilometers, these storms are truly colossal. The mass of these storms alone accounts for about 1% of Jupiter's total mass, equivalent to 3 Earths combined, said Professor Guillot. Previously, astronomers were uncertain about Jupiter's deep interior, whether it was solid or composed of highly compressed hydrogen and helium, behaving like liquid metal. However, the new data suggests that beneath the enormous storms, Jupiter's deeper layers likely move in a stable manner, opposite to the swirling storms above. This movement generates a powerful dynamo effect, creating the planet's intense magnetic field. Juno has also confirmed that Jupiter's polar regions contain massive cyclones. 8 cyclones encircle a large central storm at the North Pole, while 5 similar storms orbit a central vortex at the South Pole. These storms have existed for centuries, yet they remain distinct without merging, a behavior unseen elsewhere in our solar system. Professor Alberto Adriani from the Institute for Space Astrophysics and Planetary Science in Italy commented that each of these cyclones is larger than the distance between Naples, Italy, and New York City, with wind speeds reaching up to 350 kilometers per hour. The fact that these storms remain so close together without disrupting one another is unlike anything we've seen before in the solar system, he stated. If you like space stories, you are our friend. Click follow and press the bell so you don't miss any action.